My name is Jake Kirian, and I, along with the opposition, firmly believe that Title IX has done more good than harm. I would first like to start by refuting some of my opponent's points. They stated that Title IX was established for the reason of ridding discrimination within collegiate sports, basically meaning that by arguing against Title IX, they are arguing in favor of financial discrimination within collegiate sports, mainly against women's teams. I would like to explain the detrimental effects of these policies. They have stated that the men deserve more funding because they make more money. You know why they have made more money? Why men make $3 billion more? Because they've been around longer and because they receive funding themselves. Because they receive the funding necessary for supplies, for uniforms, for staff, coaches, players, trainers, for stadiums. Because they receive the money necessary in order to fund their teams, they can generate more money there. How do companies get their product to the public? How do companies make millions of dollars or billions of dollars off of their product? By advertising it, by getting it to the public. How popular are women's sports right now? Not very popular, because they're new, and they haven't been advertised. They haven't been exposed to the public nearly as long as men's sports have. If we were simply to give women's sports a chance, as we so easily have given that chance to men's sports, and I believe that women's sports can generate enough revenue to compensate for themselves. And this isn't highway robbery. We're not stealing all of the men's revenue and giving it to the women. We're simply providing an environment where both teams, whether it be a football team or a basketball team or a track team, where both teams receive the same amount of funding. The land of opportunity, that is where we live, and that is what we are giving to these women's teams, opportunity. And we should all be in favor of that. We should all be in favor of women having the same amount of opportunity as men do. UConn, University of Connecticut, they have an extremely successful women's basketball team. Why do you think that they are successful? Not only because they have talented individual players, but because they receive enough funding in order to make themselves a popular, successful team with the public. They have a stadium that seats 25,000, and every day it is packed. How much money do you think it takes in order to maintain that stadium, in order to keep that stadium top of the line, fresh and new? A lot of money. It takes just as much money, if not more money, than it takes to fund the men's team at University of Connecticut. Yes?
I'd like to state that the basketball stadium is provided for both men and women, so they're sharing this, and you're just contradicting yourself.
How is that contradicting? We never said it didn't provide for
And then I'd like to state, could you also provide another example besides the University of Connecticut, please?
Actually, I have some very good examples. You've brought up several examples of various universities that have been, where their men's teams have been affected by budget cuts because of Title IX. Well, I would like to provide some examples of universities where women's teams have been underfunded. Almost every single university in America, those are our examples. Almost every single university in America has underfunded women's teams. Women's teams that have not received the right, basically every university except for University of Connecticut, where women's teams have not received the right amount of financial aid in order to make themselves successful and popular. All Title IX calls for is for the equal chances and opportunities of both athletic teams. And also, my sources for this information are the National Law Center for Women, the Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights, Norma Cantu, Civil Rights Activist Foundation, and the NCAA Foundation for Revenue Information. Now, what my side is calling for is for the equal treatment of both sexes within collegiate sports. And not only that, but my team is providing a solution to the economic problems that are affecting our colleges. If women's sports became more popular because we funded them more and we gave them an equal chance within collegiate sports, they could generate more revenue. They could possibly generate as much revenue as the men's sports have. Therefore, we are making more money and we have less of a need to divide the money amongst these teams. If these teams are able to make just as much money, then the teams will prosper, the players will prosper, the sport, the game itself will prosper, and the colleges will prosper. We are providing a solution. You have not provided a solution. You have given no examples, no solutions that show us how we can make collegiate sports equal for everybody. And America prides itself on our ability to make everything equal, to give everyone an equal opportunity, whether it be in business, school, athletics, or in day-to-day life. Thank you.